Yep, over 5 months later, and it's finally here, day 2 of this completely ridiculous and utterly broken challenge that I seem to be the only one clinically insane enough to actually do. In the first episode of what I'm now calling Armanda Plays Half-Life 2 in a way that would violate the 8th Amendment, we had to go through the first third of Half-Life 2, which was every map whose file name started with D1, which means day 1. This time, we are doing the day 2 maps, or D2. This comprises Highway 17, the Sand Traps, and Nova Prospect. This will be done through the Synergy mod, which is a cooperative mod for Half-Life 2 that I need to say everyone watching should play. This time, I wasn't so lucky. When doing this solo, the second day is a different kind of difficult. The kind that will really beat you into
extra long introduction detected.
Not now, you know this part is awful.
Quiet bird brain. The viewers demand part 2. It's been almost half a year.
Don't make me send you back to your employer in a box.
Threat detected. Leaving area and contacting head administrator.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna board up this door and hope they don't come back for a while. I have enough food and water in here anyways. Don't worry about it. Alright, time to continue this mess of a run. This time starting with Costo 1. Nothing is really different here. Grab the Jeep, be forced into the only time the Jeep can go upside down, and get the heck out. Jump over the broken bridge, pass by the best additions to Synergy being the truck and van, then continue on to Costo 3. This is a pretty interesting one. I just drive past every house until the village because they aren't really a problem. But then comes the first gunship fight. Okay, so remember how in the last part I mentioned how enemies are buffed in Synergy? This time, there are two helicopters, and they're completely buffed in every way. You can't kill them. You can't. Yeah, the Combine gunships are no different. Here, I think the best comparison for this gunship is like being on the other side of the first Modern Warfare's iconic mission, Death from Above. You know, the one where you're a gunner in an AC-130? Yeah, this fight is like being on the other side, because this gunship is simply ruthless. Thankfully though, there's a medic, a rebel, and an RPG ammo crate to make it somewhat bearable. I didn't even die this time, but that's mostly based on this medic not running out and getting herself killed. Yeah, that can happen. Thankfully it didn't, and only after a long time of suffering, the gunship finally perished. My game also crashed in this map, which is great. Once again though, it's my fault.
Guess it doesn't matter because the game has already crashed.
Costo 4. Oh, this one's a beefy boy. Probably my favorite level to play when there's actual co-op happening. This level's truly amazing. Drive up to the balcony ramp, show the power of the Magnum by sniping everything in sight, and die to a Combine shotgunner. Okay, attempt 2. Get up to the crane and struggle more than anything to get the Jeep up onto the dock, and watch a Casali amount of Combine soldiers run out of the warehouse. It doesn't matter though, just respond with 357 Magnum rounds to the fucking face. Going through this warehouse is absolutely awesome. I don't know why I love this level so much, but it's just so fucking good. Opening the gates greets you with more soldiers and then... This gunship is an absolute pain, since there's basically no cover from it with access to rocket ammo. Anyways, this stack of cars is a pain. Some of them just don't want to move, like this one, and by now I'm being shot at by this gunship, and it's driving me mad, but well, it's time to go, I got it done, they're out of the way, let's go, I'm not gonna see that thing again. Now we're moving on. Costo 5. This one's easy. So easy, in fact, that my notes in this level are so boring that I'm just gonna skip right to Costo 7, Part 1. Yeah, there's no Costo 6. Or Costo 2, in fact. This level is honestly amazing practice for the Magnum, because you can just drive into the village, drive right back out, and go to this house with a crate of Magnum ammo. Sniping here is easy as they really have trouble pushing your location, and once they're cleared out, it's time to go to D2 Costo 8, the iconic level from under the bridge, probably the one everyone remembers the most from this game. It definitely is for me. Synergy does not play around here. The Combine outpost here is brutal. Just getting in the building is a pain. They have this place on lock. It takes perfect grenade throws, deep knowledge of enemy placement, and precise gunplay just to get through the door. It goes like that. Snipe the soldier on the catwalk outside, then die to a soldier in the front door. Alright, this time try baiting them out and picking them off that way. And once the coast is clear, just give up because nope, it's not clear. Okay, how about... Alright, never mind, next attempt. Death to what feels like some tick gameplay. Alright, fun. Died of my own attention span running dry and getting shot. Alright, try this shit again and fall off the map because of course I would. It's not like I'm having enough trouble getting through the front fucking door. I feel like I'm playing against the most coordinated AIs, so when I try to go back in the level to gain an advantage, I just fall off like a fucking dumbass. Next attempt died to so many things happening at once that I just lose track and die to this combine on the catwalk that I just forgot about. But then finally get through the front door and then die on the catwalk to the sniper up here because yes, that actually makes sense. And since I didn't make it far enough to reach the autosave, just give up on the next attempt to a grenade that I do need to say, yes, this was really well thrown, good job, Combine. And only after that do I finally make it through. All the way actually. Got the button and everything. I'm just gonna run past the gunship because fuck that. I'm not fighting that again with even more of a disadvantage. I'm all ready to run the hell out of here, only for this to happen. This, fellas, is what we call a certified Armada moment. Costo 7, Part 2. This map is another one with barely any notes. I'm not kidding. The only notes I put down are train bridge, quick level, and that's the best way I can describe it. Costo 9. Man, after that encounter under the bridge, I could really use an ammo refill. Just gotta drive through this zombie-infested tunnel. I would look through it for ammo, it's just since I've played Synergy more than all the base game combined, I already know this map has something special. Yes, the roller mine house. Still weirdly bugged as always, it's like that in the base game. Even Big Mac Dave has encountered a weird bug with it.
And also, 2 armor batteries that we can grab. Well, that's kind of weird. The citizen and the health packs are disappearing on me.
Thanks for permission. In Synergy, this house is glorious. The top floor is filled with every ammo crate in the game. And finally, you get access to the slams in this ammo box, which is just amazing. This house is awesome, 10 out of 10. But well, time for the battery puzzle. Do you guys know what the big selling line for Half-Life was? It was run, think, shoot, live. While the end game didn't get off that entire vibe, I think this part in Synergy gets it perfectly. A single slip-up will cause 2 things. 1, you will die, and 2, the game will crash. So the tagline of run, think, shoot, live is perfect for this encounter, because if you fail on any part of the puzzle, it's all the way back to the beginning, which means going through the tunnel, digging through the ammo house, plowing through whatever this roadblock is, I always just skip it, and then right back to the puzzle. I barely even shoot, I just get the batteries in and just drive the fuck out of there. Full speed ahead, fighting isn't worth it. Fuck shooting, it's run, think, live here. Coast 10 is thankfully the last part of the highway, even though the chapter ended on Coast 9, but we don't talk about that. This is a boss encounter, and it's a forced one. This map involves 3 dropships and a gunship fight. Finding out how to craft the perfect cheese for this level took me a while, as in a rage quit ending the stream followed by having the strategy come to me in my sleep that night. This encounter is dehumanizing? Is that a good word for it? I guess. The strategy I use involves basically holding my ground in the lighthouse and trying to live off the medic that has plot armor, which takes way longer than I'd like to admit. Because near the end, the Combine started to storm the lighthouse itself, and with them going up the stairs, I had to find out how to take care of them, and at the same time, the gunship was trying to kill me from above, so I had to find out how to take both of them out, and this level drove me a bit too far to limit because I ended up dying to my explosives more than I want to admit. But I found out that I can block the door with every box in this level, and that worked. Too well, I want to say. So I could focus on the gunship and then on the Combine separately, which still felt like it ended up being way too close of a call. But at this point, I had enough of Highway 17, and I was ready for the sand trap. Coast 11. This one's easy. Just run past literally everything until the first guard fight. Take advantage of the mounted turret and just wait. And wait. And wait. These things have a lot of health. Oh, finally, dead. Coast 12. This one's awesome. Definitely a blast of a level. The first one with antlion control. The combination of using bug bait and your own weapons is simply just fun. Though Combine's buff become apparent in this level, and this is the first indicator of a big issue with Synergy. The AI. This section in this underground corridor thing becomes a massive pain because of the antlion AI just seeming to ignore the bug bait sometimes, simply standing there staring at you like a cat who's trying to plead innocence and trying to make you ignore the fact that they just ate all the uranium supply. Baxter! And it isn't the biggest issue here, just a minor inconvenience. After getting through the corridors, this turret section becomes hell. There's a huge amount of soldiers that come out, and you basically have to rely on these antlines to be targets instead of you, which is a lot harder than this seems. Preventing the Combine from getting to this bunker here is something that'll be needed. This section takes a while, but after it's cleared out, climb up to the prison and it's time for... Welcome to Pain. Nova Prospect starts with Prison 01, and this level is something alright. This is the level where you begin to storm the prison, and it is definitely the challenging level of all time. This map is a lot like Town 05, as in there is a stupid amount of foot soldiers who have the advantage on you position-wise, but this time there are 2 gunships that you need to kill. The combination of both the regular foot soldiers with the gunships is brutal enough, but add on the fact that the antlion AI pretty much just shits the bed on this map for whatever reason, and the whole game just starts to break down around you. I wish I had the patience to actually try, because there is a possible tree strat in this level, which is to use this dumpster as cover and grabbing RPG ammo from this crate, all while using antlines as targets, and for the gunship, that requires taking out other combat in the first place. And after dying so many times, I even ran into a bug where one of the gunships was just straight up stuck, and I thought I had a clear shot to actually beat the level, but of course, nope. The antlion AI didn't work properly, and this happened, and this is when the game finally broke me. I'm skipping it. I don't care. I'm calling it now. Without one of the gunships getting stuck, this level is not possible. This one's going on the list. But here's the thing. The next level, Prison 02, is way too easy. And I feel like nothing could describe this map other than first part of prison. Really easy, no trouble. Just like what I wrote down in the notes. And honestly, I'm starting to feel my mind being taken over because Nova Prospect and Synergy can only be described in one word, and that word is... The feeling of going from Coast 12 all the way to Prison 05 can only be described as Whiplash. The absolutely amazing ending to the coast, followed by the most frustratingly difficult prison storming, only to go to an easy level that was so insignificant that I couldn't remember it if you shoved it in my face, only to go to this level, Prison 3. Prison 03 is the iconic bathroom fight with the antlion guard, but oh wait, remember how enemies are buffed and how that first antlion guard took forever with an NPC helping? Well, in this one, good fucking luck with it, because with all the ammo you're given in this first level, even if you have perfect accuracy, it still isn't enough to kill the thing, which means that you'd have to hit every shot and then crowbar the thing to death, and and that's just the beginning! Once that's dead, you still have the rest of the level to go through, which is piss easy because the antlions are back and super helpful, thanks guys. If only I had enough ammo to actually beat the antlion guards, but it's not done yet. After that, it's time for Prison 04, which is Whiplash again, because guess what? This is my favorite level in the whole playthrough. 0 deaths and everything. I love this one, I really do, but if anything, this level feels more like a pitiful break handed me before the next one, because Prison 05 is a shit show of a map. Because guess what? The map fucking bugged! The laundry room encounter is another iconic fight, but it'd be pretty fucking difficult if you can't see into it, so I guess I have to restart just to play the fucking level properly, which is just amazing. And even after restarting, I made it to the second antlion encounter, and I think I need to explain why these are a nightmare. So by enabling cheats and developer mode, I can go into the console and use the command Impulse 103 on the antlion guards and find out how much health they have, which is around 2,500. Now that sounds like a lot, but let's compare it to the base game's health value for these things, which is exactly at 500. And damage values on weapons, as far as I can tell, didn't change. So in the base game, you can take these down with only 3 RPG shots. But in Synergy, you need your entire ammo supply, your crowbar, all your attention, and the goddamn kitchen sink to take one down. and I really don't know of anyone that would be crazy enough to attempt this unless this game has its own version of Zero Master. And if there's anything I'm not, it's this game's version of Zero Master, and I think I've finally lost it. What just happened? Is it still in Prison 05? Just skip the damn fight. I don't care if it breaks the map and I have to eventually go through the menu to Prison 6. Finally, an NPC with a gun. I hope the AI doesn't shit the bed here, and she's already dead. Okay, go up this elevator and be introduced to why you should never peek an opera one at a time. Then go up the stairs and watch Alex die again. And again. Then learn to run in first and pull off some action movie bullshit just to keep Alex alive. She really went from being a badass side character that could kill anything no problem to basically forcing us to go back in time to GoldenEye 007 with fucking Natalia. And once it's done, it's time for Prison 07. This map is the biggest example of the engine this mod is running on being a mix of all three Half-Life 2 games, because the turrets have a tendency to just not. Their physics are all kinds of messed up, and I can't keep these things under control. They seem to want to fall over, and it causes just so many issues. Since this is 2 turret fights in one map, it's double the challenge. Thankfully, the first one is infinitely easier than the second, because with some prop magic, you can mostly keep them standing in these windows, and then barricade every angle so the Combine can't push. But the second fight? Oh, that's fun to look at. I've actually never seen the crate do that before, and it only happened once. Reloading the map fixed it. I have no idea what could have caused that. Yeah, no. There's too many of them for this to make sense. Grenades are the Combine's best friend, and I don't think this can be beaten legitimately because of the grenade spam. I've done this map many times in the past, not as much as Town of 5, but I can confidently say that this is certified bullshit. Well, God mode time. Huh? Is the game soft locked? Nothing's happening. Time to no clip? That's great. Prison 08 starts with a really fun encounter. I like to carry the turrets from the last levels, but sometimes they get lost in the level transition. Though when playing this with other people, I've never had this happen. Probably an issue with my client, if anything. This encounter can be challenging if you can't land your shots, but turrets help a lot here. Alex is still super weak, so she's going to be the main thing to protect in this level. This level is... One second, I need to find a good enough word. Enraging? Yeah, let's use that. Remember how the turret physics are jank, and how the grenade spam can just absolutely ruin your defenses? Yeah, I think this level illustrates that perfectly. Turrets refuse to stay still. If you have them on the ground, they'll just fall over at anything. If you put them on the rail, well, first if you're even able to, because the game loves to fight back, but once they're on there, I'll give them about 10 seconds before a grenade knocks every single one down. The turret physics, I'm gonna say, are the single reason I think this level is impossible. In Prison 7, it was the map design in the second encounter making it really difficult to have actual cover, but in this one, it's purely physics. If the turrets could easily be placed on the rails after they get knocked down, this wouldn't be a problem at all. But since this seems to be the last thing they want to do, it's all of a sudden the biggest fucking challenge. The amount of soldiers flooding from all 4 entrances is ridiculous, and having to keep all the turrets up, as well as defending Alex, as well as having to pick off every soldier that somehow sneaks through. But slipping on any of that will cause either you or Alex to die, and then it restarts. And I think, after all this, that I should put the game down and quit. Before going back in God mode to actually complete it. But then only for Alex to die while ascending in the teleporter. Which is great, so I do it again, and I actually get it. And finally, peace and quiet as the screen fades to black, and the loading screen hits me. Telling me that 2/3 of this torture is over, and the next part, arguably the best, is coming up next. Oh shit!
Get into the facility.
Stay back!
Engaged and attempting to subdue.
I've heard this sound effect in Gary's mod before. On the M9K weapons pack on the assault rifle, not the M14, but it was not the AN94. The AK-74 uses this sound effect, and honestly, I kind of just want to pull up Gary's mod right now because I'm going crazy. I'm pulling up Gary's mod, fuck you. So, I'm gonna tab back into Modern Warfare. This gun sound effect I heard in Gary's mod, M9K AK-74. Why do I know that?